What's up, guys? Mark Munoz here. You guys should know who I am. If you don't, I'm a multimillionaire real estate investor and mortgage broker. I enjoy technology and finance. They're my passions in life. I was just recording like a video inside. I was making a YouTube video earlier, and I kind of got inspired by some stuff that I was watching. I was kind of watching some other things for inspiration, so I came across this video, how I would make $1 million. This guy, Samuel Onuha, he made a video how I would make $1 million if he had to start again over the next 12 months. And so I thought it was pretty interesting, so I wanted to make my own variation of it. I live in a $3 million house. There's a volleyball court in my backyard. I drive a $200,000 car, and I live my dream life. I have a beautiful girlfriend, and I take care of my parents. I live my dream life. And I remember when I started my first business, things didn't go my way. My business partner stabbed me in the back. I was 19 years old. I had bought a share in a $8 million revenue trucking company. So it was basically a $10 million company. I bought a share in that business, and then my business partner stabbed me in the back, and I had to restart all over again with $350 right before my 20th birthday. I didn't go to college. I had nothing to fall back on other than my skill set and my knowledge. And so if I had to start all over again, it wouldn't be I wouldn't be in a position that I'm unfamiliar with. I know exactly what that's like. I was raised by a single mother who cleaned houses for a living, so I know what it's like to start from nothing. And so if I had to start again all over from scratch, and I had to make $1 million within the next 12 months, this is what I would do. I was thinking about how I would kind of come up with a plan and what I would go after, and I think it would boil down to three things, right? This is $1 million in revenue. Okay, we're not talking in profit, although you could probably make $1 million in profit if you follow these three things, if you hit it really hard. So number one is going to boil down, it's going to boil down to who you surround yourself with. So, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Dan Pena, I don't know if you guys know who Dan Pena is, but I've learned a bunch of stuff from him. It's actually how I structured my first company, the trucking business I was just telling you guys about, was using his financing methods. And so, yeah, the first thing would be to surround yourself with other smart, intelligent people who are making money. That's going to be the first thing. If you fuck that up, you're going to fuck the rest of the steps up, because if you're surrounded by dog shit, you're going to become dog shit, right? You lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Everybody's familiar with that. It's a cliche for a reason, because it's true. If you're an apple and you're around rotten apples, this is what my mom used to say, then you're going to get rotten too. So you need to be surrounding yourself with people who make money and are successful, because if you're not, number one, you're not going to really be able to assimilate the individual and tangible traits, character traits, that are required for success. There's a lot of things that you don't learn out of a book when it comes to becoming successful, and the intangible personality traits are one of them. You can't learn it in a book. You just can't. That's just not how it works. So that would be the first thing, right? Is surround yourself with other smart people who preferably are making money, or if they're not, are going to make money soon. So that would be the first thing. The second thing is I would provide those people with, who are making money or are about to make money, I'll provide them with value with a value or service that's tied to something that you're passionate about. So let me break this one down. For me, I could start over again from scratch, because I know how to cold call. I'll be able to find people who are already making money, and then, like a prostitute, I'll slut myself out to them, so to speak, and provide a service, provide value to them, not slut myself out like that. But I'd be able to provide them a service, some financial service tied to something that I'm passionate about, which is finance or technology, or preferably at this point in my life, like the intersection of those two things. So, you have to know what you're passionate about to be able to figure out what you're going to be able to do for these people. That's just the bottom line. If you don't do that, then you're not going to be able to really provide them with too much value. And in the sense that you take the advice that some people on the internet like to give, where you provide them some value that's not tied to your passion, you just completely disregard your passion, then you're not going to be able to work as hard. Because somebody who's working in a field or an industry or providing a service that's tied to, in some regard, what they're passionate about, are going to be able to outperform by a large margin people that are just doing things for a profit. So with me, finance and technology, I can work 70 or 80 hours a week, and it doesn't really feel like I'm working super hard. That's a competitive advantage versus to some of my industry peers. If they don't like financial services, if they don't like doing mortgages, if they don't like AI, then they're fucked, because I'm going to be able to work 70 or 80 hours a week automatically without even being asked to work more, because it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I'm going to be doing anyways, is following my passion, doing something that I want to do. So obviously you're going to have to find a way to monetize that. I got lucky because my passion is finance, and everybody in the world doesn't know what the fuck is going on as it pertains to finance. That would be number 2. So number 1 is show me your friends, show me your future. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So surround yourself with people who are making money or are going to make money. Number 2 is provide them a service tied to something that you're passionate about. Number 3 is going to be to just go all in. So literally, like Alexander the Great, when you get to Persia, burn your boats and don't turn back. You have to burn every ship. I'm looking over there because my friend is watching me make this video. I don't usually make videos like this. Usually everything that I make is a lot more technical related, but I was thinking about it, right? Like, if I had to make $1 million again in 12 months, I had to start from scratch. I'm looking around at what I have. I'll show you guys when I'm done making this point, but it's a beautiful backyard, multi-million-dollar house. Just not the first multi-million-dollar house that I've lived in. $25,000 watch, and it's my cheapest watch. The nice cars and everything, beautiful hot girls, all that good stuff. And that's the materialistic things are good, but you don't really get a sense of a peace of mind unless you know that you're able to overcome being able, if you're ever poor again, you don't get a real peace of mind unless you know that you're going to be able to overcome that. So, like for me, it was buying assets. When I started to buy real estate, then a lot of like the scarcity mindset that propelled me forward out of my past life. I became a new person when I owned assets, and by extension, as you deepen your skill set, you also can overcome those like limiting beliefs of like, oh shit, what if I go back? And so I wanted to make this video to help out that person who maybe is not going to have the confidence of having to start over from scratch again. And I've done it before, and obviously it's hard, and obviously it sucks, and obviously it's going to make you miserable, but it's not the end of the world, believe me. You can make it back. I'm living proof of that. So number 3 is going to be to burn all of your boats. So literally just, laser beam focus 100% forward, and don't even look back. Cut off all your friends and your family. Cut off anything that's going to distract you. Cut off all of your bad habits, your vices. Delete everything. If you're going to try to go from 0 to $1 million in 1 year, you're probably going to need it. So if you're going to need to be hyper disciplined. If you're not willing to sacrifice some of your lifestyle habits or some of the things that make you comfortable, then you're not going to make it. And that's just the bottom line. And so, it's really that simple. Surround yourself with people who are successful. Provide them a service or a skill that's tied to something that you're passionate about, so that you can work long hours. And then number 3 is going to be to burn all your boats, like Alexander the Great, like Cortez, like all the great conquerors, whenever you move forward and you've identified your objective, you want to get rich, then nothing else should distract you. So let me show you guys where I'm at now. Volleyball court in the backyard, multi-million-dollar house and pool. That's how I would make $1 million again if I had to start all over from scratch in 12 months.